everybody, welcome back to another video with Lecture Soul. If you're new to my channel, I am a motivational speaker, a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to change your life and to change the world. So today in this video, guys, I intend that I can do that to the very best of my ability. Because within this video today, I am going to just tell you guys like a little quick reminder, a little explanation for those who use the law of assumption or are conscious manifestors, which is basically when you take advantage of the power that you hold inside to the point of being able to consciously manifest what it is that you want with your mind power, basically. It's quite frankly said just like that. It's super simple, but what I am going to be discussing today is about the stuff that you went through before for those who are still working on your self-concept, getting your mindset to where you know it needs to be at, consistently speaking, where you felt like it was your fault that certain things happened, where did I manifest this, did I manifest that, whatever else since you were a child or anything else that you may have been through. I want you all to understand that just because those things happen and just because you are in control of your reality does not mean that those things were your fault. Just because you are somebody who does know what you're doing, that you are manifesting whatever you want, whatever the case may be really, that you are not at fault for the painful things that you went through when you were a child or any other traumatizing thing, like I was saying, in regards to anything in your life that may have hurt you deeply where you felt like it may have been your fault because aren't I in control of my reality, so I manifested that? Listen to me, guys. This is a very, I guess you could say, kind of complex thing. I wouldn't say necessarily complex, but I will say that it does take a lot of open-mindedness to actually truly understand, and also the silence of the ego where you're not fighting that reason and blaming yourself and feeling very angry for something that you did not realize earlier. Do you understand? Because we all have been through things. We all have undergone things that have completely transformed us, changed our mindsets, you know, whatever else as people, which is also why we are exactly where we are right now, which is why we're so strong-minded right now, which is why we decided to take on the law of assumption and everything else to our advantage so that we can actually manifest better for ourselves, because we don't want to be living lives that we know that we're not happy in. And so with that being said, I am going to get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about how it's simply not your fault that you went through what it was that you went through because you did not know any better, okay? I want you guys again to remain very open-minded within this video because I am going to be going in with my explanation, what I feel, my own personal opinion that I feel resonates with my soul, and that may resonate with you guys as well, especially if again you are somebody who does feel very guilty or you feel like things could have been different, whatever else the case really can be, okay? Now the first thing I am going to say is that understand that although yes, you always did have a power within you when you were a child for you to be able to manifest whatever you want. You know, some kids do realize this. I have heard a lot of stories and even have personal experiences where children around me or children that I've seen do recognize their power as it is and they take advantage of it. Like, it's actually crazy, but it's beautiful because they'll be able to manifest being the best at the school contest, competition, whatever. Just things like that where they recognize that they do have powers to get their parents to say yes, or I am going to get my friend to sleep over this weekend. You know, things like that, like I was saying. So right then and there, that is something that these kids, they might not fully realize that they are actually embracing their power within, but they are, and that is an amazing thing. But for other people, like maybe you or I, because I know that I've been through the other side of the spectrum where I was a very, very extremely limited kid. Like, I remember not being able to feel in control of anything that I went through. I remember thinking that everything happened to me, not for me. I remember just being and feeling very victim complex, like always having that with me. And the one thing I will say is that once I discovered the law of assumption, which again is conscious manifesting, where you're able to just use this stuff to your advantage to be able to manifest whatever you want, that upon me discovering it, I kind of looked back, and although I do have a different spirit when it comes to things now than I did before, and especially when I did discover the law, I was already on my spiritual stuff, so it was a lot easier for me to kind of understand why I went through certain things and whatever else. But what I realized for myself was, despite me having gone through certain things which I did not understand could have been controlled by me or whatever else, that those things that happened to me was not something that I was supposed to let victimize me and keep me in a mindset of feeling like I can't get to where I need to be at. I had to realize that despite anything else, whatever else happened around me, the way that people behaved, whatever, that I was not responsible for the way that they were acting in a world where I did not realize that I was responsible. Does that make sense to you? You did not know that those people were going to do what they did, or you were going to experience what you experienced. And although it did happen at one point, that does not go to say that just because you could have been in control, that it means that it was your fault, because it was not your fault. You did not know better. That is the first and foremost, most important thing. You did not know better. I did not know better. None of us knew fucking better. We were children or even teenagers, whatever, however old you are. Even if you are 60 years old watching this video and you blame yourself for something that happened when you were 45, whatever it is, you have to understand that you did not know better, okay? There's a difference between knowing something maybe as a teenager, you know you're making a decision that is not right, that you should not be doing, and then you still do it, and then something really bad happens because of that decision, and you going into something with not the best mindset, but not recognizing that that mindset could end up hurting you in the end. Like, that's pretty much my example for me. That a lot of the things that I went through as a teenager, as a child, whatever else, I did have a very, very, very negative mindset in regard to these things. And although in my spirit, I had a feeling, I was like, I feel like I'm hurting myself, like I'm not doing what's best for me, but I didn't really care or realize that all the way to the extent of being able to just sit there and actually change things around me. So I continued to let things happen to me, and they did happen to me, but despite them happening to me, I remember coming out in the end a lot stronger than I was at the beginning, because I learned my lesson upon being able to control my life, my reality, the way that I think, and what does and does not happen to me. I had to be strong enough to be able to rise up above anything that I was feeling, any sadness, any kind of heartbreak, any harm that I was feeling in my heart and my soul, and to realize that enough was enough. And that was really how I began to manifest a lot of different things in my life to be a lot better. At a certain age, I remember I had an opportunity to start repeating cycles that I knew no longer served me, but that were there, you know, they were available to me. Cycles that were not going to help me, but that I was very, very used to. I had the choice to either get myself right back into that cycle. You know, at that point, me recognizing, okay, this is a choice now. If I go back to this, I'm doing it to myself. But even then, I ended up getting a lot different. I ended up getting a lot better, but it was because I intended that for myself. And just because I realized at one point, finally, that I did deserve what I wanted and that everything was gonna work out for me and blah, 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 I can manifest better people into my life and everything else, does not mean that I am going to sit there and to start blaming myself for the things that I went through when I was younger, when I did not know better, when I was consistently worrying, when I had anxiety, depression, when I was letting myself sulk in my room for hours, just being upset, depressed, purposely missing out on great things that I wanted to have, all these things that I was doing to harm myself. Those are not things for me to sit down and blame myself for. They are things for me to learn from, okay? I want you all to please have the mindset for yourself to just learn from the things that you went through. Learn from the experiences that you had. Learn how much stronger you are at the end of it all despite anything else. And just because you could have made a change does not mean it was your fault that it happened in the first place. It is extremely important to understand that despite anything that may have harmed you before and all the pain that you may have felt, you are completely entitled to feeling what you feel, to seeing yourself as a victim for that time period where you are healing, and for you to take your sweet ass time understanding exactly what went down and why it may have went down, whatever else. Even if some things appear to have been very unkind to you or very unkind to the way that your mindset could have changed in a different way if this or that did not happen or did happen, whatever. I just need you guys to give yourself the credit that you deserve for that time period in which you came out so much stronger at the end of that all to get to where you are right now, which is the bad bitch that you are, the strong warrior that you are, the person who will not settle for less, the person who will assume that only good people, good situations, and good opportunities come into your life, the person who protects yourself at all costs, the person who's there for yourself, the person who literally gives yourself everything that you want and need, because you recognize that you do not deserve to live a life that you do not want to be living and that you refuse to let anyone or anything take advantage of you. Just because you did not know earlier that you were allowed to actually put your foot down and not let people take advantage of you does not mean that those people taking advantage of you was your fault. Are you guys kidding? Absolutely not. That is not the mindset that we are maintaining here, especially as law of assumptioners who do recognize how much responsibility we have over our lives. The last thing we should be doing is blaming ourselves for things that we did not know better about, okay? Because as well, like I was saying before, with my own experiences, trust me guys, I've been through a lot of things where people have done very, very wrong to me. Things that were considered unjust, cruel, mean, just straight up evil. Just because they happened to me and just because those things occurred within those people who were very unhappy, who did not know what they had going on in the bag, who whatever their tea was at the time, that just because they did what they did to me does not mean that I am somebody who's gonna sit here and start blaming myself because, oh my god, does that mean that I assume that that person was gonna bully me in that way? Did I assume that because they were a bully that that's why they did that? Like, listen, That is not your responsibility now. It is not your responsibility to justify what you went through, to figure out, oh, because of this, because I thought that, because it doesn't fucking matter. You did not know better. Keep telling yourself that I did not know better. I know better now. Now that you have the power today to actually take advantage of the life that you have, where you recognize that, you recognize your power, you recognize what it was that you went through that did hurt you very much, but you see that today. You have different options. You're not meant to be living that life. You know that and you see that. I want you to do something with that, to make something wonderful and powerful and something better to happen for you. Because trust me as well, guys, I have been through that period. Oh, trust me that, why did that happen to me then? Why did I go through that? That was so unfair. I hate that that happened to me. It made me feel so low. I'm such a victim. I've been through it all. Listen, I have fucking felt everything, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Before even making a video like this, I had to be sure within myself exactly what I was going to get across to you all, so that I know that what I am standing for and what I believe in is something that will help other people, because I do understand that some people have certain perspectives on things that isn't necessarily completely helpful for everybody, because some people simply won't understand it, or maybe it's just not something that should be said, if that makes sense. Some people just shouldn't give a personal opinion that may harm other people in the way that they think. But I want you all to know that within everything that I'm saying, I have felt everything that I've felt, and I know everything that I went through, and I understand it all, and I do see how much stronger I came out at the end. And because of that power, because I recognize myself to be somebody who is so powerful now, who refuses to be walked all over, who refuses to be a victim any longer, that it is super important to just cut yourself some slack. To just see yourself as somebody who now you see your power and you see your worth and you see everything, that is the most important thing in this world. And upon anything else, the assumptions that you may have had about other people, maybe you saw somebody as a cruel bully, maybe you saw somebody as a really toxic person and they did things that were very toxic, or whatever else that was not kind or that you really resonated with. Let's say that, for example. Just because you assumed these things about these certain people does not mean that it was your fault that they acted that way. Please, that is another thing. Do not give yourself shit for thinking that because you thought a certain way, that's why certain things played out, whatever else. Again, you did not know better. You did not know better. You did not know better. That is the most important thing. And I'm gonna keep saying it because I want you guys to get this through your head. You did not know better, and that is the whole point. You know better now. You are there. You got this shit. You are strong. You're entitled. You're empowered, bitch. You are entitled, okay? You are someone who deserves to get what you want, and you understand that. And within everything else that you've been through, you know that you never want to experience those things again. You know that you do not deserve those things. You know that you are better than those things. So now you will not settle for anything else that will allow for anyone to take advantage of you, for yourself to hurt yourself, for anyone or anything to do anything to you that you do not like. Nothing. You're not going to stand for that shit because you know who you are and you know exactly what you bring to the table. You are the person who is fully in control of your reality now, you see, because you know it. And upon you knowing it, I want you all to take advantage of it. I want you all to be kind to yourselves. I want you all to be compassionate with yourselves. I want you all to cut yourself some slack and to stay there, to understand that it is okay. It is okay. Even if you do have anger or sadness or frustrations about the past or whatever else it was that you went through, just learn to take it slow and easy with yourself, okay? Learn to heal at your own pace. Learn to understand that you do intend to get better and that you do intend to see things from a different perspective someday, and that you will do that simply because you have the intention of doing that. But you have to be the person to let it actually manifest in your favor. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't fight fire with fire. As someone who used to always fight fire with fire, it didn't get me anywhere either. Because even with that, the only thing that would end up happening is that I would end up feeling really, really, really insecure. I would end up feeling like the other person won or the other situation won and I was just the loser at the end of it all. But you're not the fucking loser, babe. You are the winner. You are the winner. And the other person, the other things, the other situations, those are all losers. You're not though. You are a winner because you overcame that, because you know better, because you're empowered, and because you refuse to let yourself be linked to certain things for a very long time in which you're forever scarred, you're forever harmed, you're forever tainted. And although things might not be exactly how they were when you were born, super brand new, super fresh, whatever, I want you all to know that you actually can make something new and better and pure happen for you right now. You can manifest a brand new life in your favor because you want that brand new life. You have the power to do that. You have the power to start over, and you have the power to overcome whatever it was that was clouding you before. Because I have noticed that a lot of people within the law of assumption do talk about erasing the past, erasing and revising everything that did happen before. And although yes, you do have the power to do that as well, you have the power to restart and rewind and redo anything that you want to redo, that even with that stuff right there, you should not let that pain that you were feeling with that thing hold you down for so long. It is time to overcome it because you have the power to overcome it. And I believe in you. I know that you can do this. And I know that despite anything else that you were feeling, anything else that you felt like was something that was holding you back, anything at all, that you are still the person who is consistently in control, that you can do this and that you are doing this. And I believe in you in every way, shape, and form. Nothing could ever change my mind on that. Trust me. You just have to be able to see it that way. You have to be willing to see it that way. You have to have enough compassion to see it that way. Your work, it's gonna be shown. Trust me, like you can tell when someone has actually worked on themselves. You can tell when someone has been able to actually change their mindsets around to work in favor of the beautiful reality that they have right now because they wanted that for themselves, because they knew that they deserved that. And believe me when I say that you absolutely do deserve to feel the peace that you've always been wanting to feel. So please be willing to work with yourself. Please be willing to overcome anything. And if you are somebody who has wanted to revise your past, but you feel like you cannot do that, I want you guys to take different routes to get yourself to where you need to be. Because speaking for myself, I have revised quite a few things from my past, but there's a lot of things that I take on with pride because I know that I am the person that I am today because of certain things that I went through in terms of empowerment. Like I know that I did that shit, and I know that the mindset that I have is something that I worked really hard on to get to where I am today. But even within the work that I did, it was very good work. Like I enjoyed doing it because I knew that I was getting better. It wasn't tedious, it wasn't difficult. Yes, it was difficult, but it wasn't anything that I didn't want to do. Let's put it that way. It was something that I knew I wanted and needed to do, so I did. So if you are watching this video and you know that you are somebody who has been through quite a few things and you wanted to blame yourself because a lot of law of assumption stuff talks about how you had responsibility since you were a child, since you were a baby even, whatever, that despite all that stuff, if you did not get the brighter side of things when you were a child or anything else, please forgive yourself for not knowing better. It was not your fault. You didn't do what you did on purpose or even on accident. None of it. It just wasn't your fault. It had nothing to do with you. So please give yourself the peace that you deserve and let yourself live in peace and think in peace and believe in peace. Like you can do this. And I promise you that anything that you went through, whatever it was, is also why you are so fucking strong today. You are so strong. You are that bitch. You've done what you had to do. Look at you. Look at you, a star upside down, left and right. You are a star, okay? So keep it going strong. Keep on believing in yourself. Don't let anyone or anything make you feel like you can't though. And as long as you believe in you, as long as you keep on doing what you got to do for you, as long as you're on top of your shit and you do at least have the intention of getting to where you need to be, that you will end up there. And upon anything else, my love, I just want the best for you all. I want you all to be happy, thriving. Like I said, I want you all to feel it all in the very best way possible. And I intend that you do, because I know that you will, because that is exactly what is meant for you. And I had no doubts about that at all, because I know, like, that is just it. That is just it. And I promise you, it really absolutely is. Get up. You're empowered, bitch. You got this. You absolutely do. Alright, my love, that's basically it for my video today. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video today helps you out to the most of its ability, and I know that it did. Like, I'm really intending that it did, and I know that it did, but still, I intend that you all received it with your hearts and your souls, and that your egos didn't get hurt in any way, shape, or form where you feel even angrier or more upset or anything. And even if you did, that's okay. That's like the first step, I'm gonna be honest. Feeling angry, feeling upset, whatever, like, that's something that comes with this in a way, you know, like, you have to let it out. But upon you letting it out, I want you all to empower yourselves. I want you all to be able to see other people who have come so far in their lives and see them as inspiration to get yourself to where you need to be, to where you want to be. Because if other people out here have overcome these things and have empowered themselves and have manifested exactly what they wanted and needed today, you will be one of those people who will be there as well. There's nothing holding you back from being where you want to be at. Nothing at all except for yourself. And trust me when I say that, even if it's something where you feel like justice needs to be served and it's just not fair because that person, this, that, whatever. Understandable as hell, trust me, very understandable. But do remember that you do have the power and that person will be served justice. Trust me, babe. I am not a malicious person, nor do I carry malintent. Like, I don't have bad intentions for anybody, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, when anybody has ever screwed me over, when it's ever happened to me, right? And I was really upset, really angry, really, really pissed off at the things that happened to me, whatever. I am ruled by Saturn, Saturn being the karma planet, planet of karma. I let that be used to my advantage, okay? I say that person's gonna get karma, and I believe that, I know it. And I'm not sitting there waiting for it, I'm not praying on their downfall, but I just know it's gonna hit, and it always does. And that's just it, you feel me? I go on living my best life knowing, and then it does, and that's it. And even if you are not somebody who's ruled by Saturn as well, you can always just say that karma's on your side, because karma's on everybody's side. Like, there's no limits to this shit. You will be served your justice. You're gonna get everything that you want. You're gonna manifest being in that mansion, meanwhile everyone else is watching you being in that mansion. You're gonna be successful as hell, meanwhile they're all watching you from the bottom. Oh shit, yeah bitch, that's me. That's me, exactly. Keep it up. Be empowered. You got this. We already knew that. And I just want you to keep on going with this mindset. I want you to keep on going strong. I want you to even rewatch this video if you need that explanation for yourself. Like if you need to be reminded, if you ever feel angry, whatever else, remember what I'm telling you in this video. I understand, trust me, I do. You deserve to feel happy. You deserve to feel everything that you want to feel in the very best way possible. But I want you all to know that it's all going to be led up and down to you, okay? As long as you're in control, no one and nothing else will be able to control you. Trust me when I say that. But you got to keep it all the way the fuck up. You got this, okay? Okay, period. Just like that. All right. Thank you all so much again for watching my video. Again, my love, I truly intend to the bottom of my soul that this video helped you out to the most of its ability. May God bless you all always. Please take care, everybody. You all got this. Have compassion for yourselves, okay? It was not your fault. Forgive yourself. You know better now. That's the most important thing in this world. And remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember what you got going on for yourself now. Because what you got going on for yourself now is something that is worth so much more than anything else. You are entitled to mourning the years that you felt like you lost. You are entitled to feeling angry. You are entitled to feeling whatever you feel. But the whole point here is that you're not letting yourself feel imprisoned by those feelings, because you're hurting yourself so much more by holding on to things that you know no longer serve you because they don't serve you anymore. Now is the time for you to get your revenge by glowing up, by getting the fuck up, bossing up, doing what you want to do, assuming the best out of everyone and everything around you now so that you can have the best around you only. It is now time for you to take responsibility so that you can live your best life. It is now time for you to do what you have to do to make yourself into the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And despite anything else, you are the person who is entitled to your own healing at your own time, your own space, your own whatever. And that will all be done according to you. But just know that the law of assumption is always on your side. This law works in favor of you. If you want good things, keep assuming good things. If you want good people, keep assuming good people around you. Keep assuming the best of the best and let yourself be free in every way, shape, and form. You deserve to have it all. You deserve to make things happen for you. You don't deserve to feel like a victim any longer, and you don't deserve to give anyone who didn't deserve you any more time of day, okay? No more thoughts, shit. Forget them. They are irrelevant as fuck. And you're the main character now. You're the one who's in control now. You're that bitch now. You are the shit now. That is the whole thing. So keep it there. Consistently speaking, that is the only thing that matters. I promise you that. And it really is. You all got this. I love y'all so much. I truly intend, and I'm sending my healing energy to you all. Like I really am. White light energy protection. Because I want you all to be as happy and as healthy and as safe and secure as you are supposed to be feeling. And trust me, you will get there because you are already there, because you intend that, okay? You are already there. That is the most important thing. Don't think about how long is it gonna take, blah, blah, blah. You are already there. That is the whole point. You are already there. Stop counting how you're not there, because you are already there, just like that. All right, my love? All right, perfect and period, just like that. Bye. No matter what it was, my love, I want you all to know that you are so strong. You are a warrior. You are empowered. You are a soldier. You are the main character. You are someone who rises above all, as the divine creator, as the operant power, as everything that you need to be in this lifetime. You have really made it happen to prove to yourself that you are 110% capable of being on top of it all, as being able to wear that shit on your sleeve. Like, yeah, bitch, I made it. Yeah, bitch, I did that. Yeah, bitch, period, I did that. Because you did do that. You overcame that. And that's exactly why you're here today. To be as wise and as strong and as empowered as you are, while consciously manifesting only the things that make you happiest and that make you feel the safest. Because all in all, as much power as you have and you see that you have right now, you are going to be sure to use that to your advantage, because that's exactly what you should be doing now. Now that you know better, the whole point is that you make better, is that you get better, is that you do better. Like, bitch, you got this. You make it all. And so you have, because this is not a life for you to be blaming yourself in. We do not do that here. So stop telling yourself it was your fault. Stop telling yourself it was because of you. Maybe if I assumed differently, bitch, you did not know. That is the whole point. You did not know. Sometimes some things get in way where we don't fully recognize who we are or our power. Like, it just happens. It really does. And even upon those things, we just have to see that we really can overcome it all. Like, we can do this. We are somebody who has our souls on our side. And even though I do believe in soul contracts where there are certain things that do happen to us for us to learn greater and better things, everything is very circumstantial. So there are certain things that may have had a better or worse outcome, anything. Like, really, this is a very, very open-minded, I guess you can say, kind of concept that you have to understand when taking on a perspective like this. But I want you all to know that despite anything else, despite whatever it was not happening to hurt you. It was happening to empower you, to help you, for you. Once you start seeing life through the lens of, what is this teaching me? What is this doing for me? everything changes in your blessed and beloved favor. Trust me. Oh my goodness. This is like a huge lifesaver. Once I changed my mindset in this way, everything became a lot better and a lot easier and a lot kinder. And of course, through my assumptions, I won't allow anything unkind to happen any longer because I know better. And so do you. We all got this shit though. And we absolutely do. We are so strong. I'm so proud of us. We got that. Like, we got that. We did that. We're doing that. The fuck. But may God bless you all always, my love. Please, like, believe in yourself. You are the God of your reality. There's no one to blame, nothing to blame. Don't blame a single thing. Just keep on going strong with the strong mind that you have and make something out of nothing because you already made it all. You got that. Love you all. God bless you all. Peace and love. Bye.